A lot of foul play, and I'm just trying to put all the pieces together because I don't feel like the system is doing enough work to help. She was responsible for getting the hotel room for these minors. The hotel room was in her name, so I feel like she should be held accountable for my daughter's death as well. It happened after she made that last TikTok video at 12:02, and she was dead at 12:23. I need answers from 12:02 to 12:23.
And I just got a chill in my body when she called me and my wife. The young girl said that they moved my daughter's body because of the blood. But when we got the videotape from the lady from South Carolina, there was no blood. I guess she was bleeding internally, so it wasn't no blood. So why was the reason that y'all take her from the floor down to the line?
This is the tragic story of a teenager who was killed while filming a TikTok. She was shot to death at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Atlanta the day after Christmas. At 12:02 a.m., she set her phone in front of her and began filming. She was seen dancing to a song in the video. She then looked as someone entered her room and stopped filming the video. This story takes us to South Atlanta, Georgia. A city of contrasts, a place where history and innovation collide. Known as the Hollywood of the South, it's a hub of entertainment, a breeding ground for creativity. But beyond the glitz and glamour, Atlanta is a city with a complex past and a dynamic present. A place where the echoes of the civil rights movement resonate through its streets, and where the pulse of modern urban life beats with a relentless energy. From its roots as a railroad town to its rise as a global metropolis, Atlanta has consistently reinvented itself. It's a city of neighborhoods, each with its own distinct character, from the historic Victorian homes of Inman Park to the trendy boutiques of Little 5 Points. It's a place where the music scene thrives, birthing genres and artists that shape the sound of a generation. A place where the arts flourish, where museums and galleries showcase the richness of its culture. Atlanta is a city of dreams, a city of ambition, and a city where the lives of its residents intertwine, shaping the very fabric of its identity. It's in this vibrant and ever-evolving landscape that the story of Kalicia Williams unfolded. Imagine a world of endless possibilities, a life brimming with potential, captured in fleeting moments of joy and laughter. Now, picture that world abruptly silenced. This is the story of Kalicia Pinky Williams. A 16-year-old girl, a social media star, whose light was extinguished in the shadows of a night meant for celebration. What began as a festive gathering ended in a tragedy that shook a community and left a family forever changed. This is not just a story of loss, it's a journey into the heart of a mystery, a search for answers amidst the echoes of a life taken too soon. Born on January 1, 2004 in the vibrant city of Atlanta, Georgia, Kalicia Williams, affectionately known as Pinky, was a Capricorn, a symbol of ambition and determination. She was more than just a name. She was a daughter, a friend, a burgeoning social media sensation. Her mother, April Smith, and stepfather, Romney Savoy, provided the foundation of her world. Kalicia was a student, navigating the challenges of adolescence, attending South Atlanta High School and previously Crawford W. Long Middle School. Her online presence was a testament to her vibrant spirit. On TikTok, she wasn't just posting, she was connecting, sharing, and building a community. Her infectious energy and engaging content quickly garnered her a growing following. Kalicia's videos captured the essence of her youth, playful, energetic, and full of life. She was a creator, an influencer, a young woman on the cusp of discovering her full potential. Her smile, her laughter, her presence, all captured in the digital realm, now frozen in time. The stage for this tragedy was set at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in the heart of Atlanta. December 26, 2020. A post-Christmas gathering, a party meant to extend the holiday cheer. What should have been a night of youthful celebration turned into a scene of confusion and despair. Kalicia was there, ready to enjoy the company of friends, unaware that this night would mark the end of her story. The hotel, a symbol of urban sophistication, became the backdrop for a series of events that would leave investigators and a grieving family searching for answers. The festive atmosphere concealed a hidden tension, a sense that something was amiss. The promise of a joyful night was about to be shattered, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. The evening began with the promise of a celebration. Kalicia had been invited to a Christmas party, a gathering organized by a friend named Infinity. The invitation carried a specific assurance: a girls-only event, a safe space for young women to enjoy the holiday. The original plan was for the party to be held at Infinity's house, a familiar and comfortable setting. However, as the day progressed, the location shifted. The party was moved to the Hyatt Regency Hotel in downtown Atlanta. This change, seemingly minor, would prove to be a crucial turning point. The promise of a girls-only gathering also began to unravel. Despite the initial assurances, boys were present at the hotel, adding a layer of complexity to the evening. Kalisha, like many teenagers, was navigating the social dynamics of the night. She returned to her hotel room around midnight. What transpired in those final hours remains a subject of intense scrutiny. At 12:02 a.m., Kalisha Williams began a live stream on her TikTok account. This was a familiar routine for her, a way to connect with her followers, to share a moment of her life. The recording captured her movements, her expressions, a glimpse into her world. But then something happened. The live stream was abruptly interrupted. The recording stopped. Just like that. The sudden end of the video raised immediate questions. What caused the interruption? Was it a simple technical glitch or something more? This video, the last known recording of Kalisha, became a crucial piece of evidence. It captured the final moments of her life, a digital footprint left behind. The abrupt ending, the sudden silence, spoke volumes. It was a digital scream, a moment frozen in time, leaving investigators and those who cared for Kalisha searching for answers within its frame. What happened after the live stream ended remains a subject of investigation. The police reported that an assault occurred during this period. Kalisha Williams was found unconscious in the hotel lobby. The details surrounding this discovery are unsettling. At approximately 12:30 a.m., a call was made to the police reporting a gunshot at the Hyatt Regency. Two men carried Kalisha from an unknown location to the lobby of the hotel. When the police arrived, they found her injured. Paramedics immediately began attempts to resuscitate her. But it was too late. At 12:23 a.m., Kalisha Williams was pronounced dead. The hotel lobby, a place of transient encounters, became the scene of a tragic loss. The question that lingered was, how did Kalisha end up in the lobby, injured and ultimately deceased? The timeline, the events leading to her death, were now the focus of a thorough investigation. The two men that carried her to the lobby, who were they and what did they see? These questions now hang heavy in the air. The investigation quickly focused on a teenage male acquaintance of Kalisha's, Kiri Brown. Reports identified him as her boyfriend at the time. He became the primary suspect in her death. The Atlanta Police Department moved swiftly, arresting Kiri Brown in connection with the shooting. The charges against him were severe, reflecting the gravity of the crime. He was charged with felony murder, a charge indicating that a death occurred during the commission of another felony. He also faced charges of aggravated assault, reckless conduct, and possession of a firearm by a person under the age of 18. These charges painted a picture of a violent and tragic confrontation. Kiri Brown was booked into the Metro Youth Detention Center, a facility for juvenile offenders. The investigation revealed another disturbing detail: allegations of sexual assault. It was reported that Kalisha had been sexually assaulted, adding another layer of complexity and horror to the case. This detail, while deeply troubling, became a critical part of the investigation, raising questions about the motives and circumstances surrounding Kalisha's death. The arrest of Kiri Brown marked a significant step in the investigation, but it was far from the end of the story. It was the beginning of a process that would involve piecing together the events of that night and seeking justice for Kalisha Williams. The police report presented a narrative, but it was a narrative filled with contradictions. The police claimed that Kalisha and Kiri Brown were alone in the hotel room at the time of the shooting. They asserted that the two knew each other and that Kalisha was staying with a male companion at the hotel. This detail in itself raised questions, given the earlier reports of a girls-only party. However, other accounts painted a different picture. Allegations surfaced of a fight, a physical altercation between Kalisha and Kiri Brown. The reported sexual assault further complicated the timeline and the sequence of events. There was also a disturbing detail about the location of the gunshot wound. It was alleged that Kalisha had been shot in the groin, a detail that suggested a particularly violent and personal attack. This detail differed from some initial reports, and it added to the growing list of discrepancies. Then there was the TikTok livestream. The police claimed that Kiri Brown was the one who startled Kalisha, the one who caused the abrupt end of the recording. This claim placed him directly at the scene during Kalicia's final moments. It was a detail that tied him to the incident, but it also raised further questions. What exactly happened in those moments before the recording stopped? How did the situation escalate so quickly? The police report provided a framework, but it was a framework riddled with inconsistencies, leaving investigators and the family searching for a clearer understanding of what truly transpired. The contradictions and unanswered questions became a central part of the investigation, a puzzle that needed to be solved to bring justice for Kalicia Williams. The news of Kalicia's death reached her parents, April Smith and Romney Savoy, hours after the incident. Not immediately, not with the urgency one would expect. Instead, an agonizing 8-hour delay. They had tried to reach their daughter, repeatedly calling, but the chaperone, the adult responsible for overseeing the party, did not answer. The silence was deafening. Eventually, the chaperone did make contact, but the news was delivered much later, a delay that added immeasurably to the family's grief. The parents' reaction was one of profound shock and anger. Anger directed at the chaperone, who they believed should have been held accountable for their daughter's safety. April Smith, Kalicia's mother, voiced her deep concerns, expressing her belief that her daughter's death was not a simple accident, but a result of foul play.
No justice, no peace! After hours Tuesday, 2 dozen friends and family members of 16-year-old Kalicia Williams shouted her name from the Hyatt Regency where she was last seen alive.
Justice for me! Justice for me!
A lot of foul play, and I'm just trying to put all the pieces together because I don't feel like the system is doing enough work to help. She was responsible for getting the hotel room for these minors. The hotel room was in her name, so I feel like she should be held accountable for my daughter's death as well.
Her mother says she wasn't notified of her daughter's death until 8 hours after she was pronounced dead. This video shows a happy Kalicia making a TikTok video. She appears startled when someone comes into the room. Within seconds, the video ends.
What happened after she made that last TikTok video at 12:02 and she was dead at 12:23? I need answers from 12:02 to 12:23.
She pointed to the discrepancies in the timeline, the conflicting reports, and the overall handling of the investigation. There was a sense that something was missing, that the full truth was being obscured. She expressed dissatisfaction with the police investigation, feeling that not enough was being done to uncover the full story. Then there was the account given by Infinity, the friend who had invited Kalicia to the party. Infinity claimed that Kalicia had screamed for several minutes before losing consciousness. This account, however, was deemed implausible by the family and investigators. There were no other witnesses to corroborate this claim, and it did not align with other evidence. The family questioned the veracity of Infinity's story, adding to their growing sense of unease and distrust. The delayed notification, the unanswered questions, the conflicting accounts, all of these factors fueled the family's determination to seek justice for Kalicia. They were left with a profound sense of loss, and a burning desire to uncover the truth. The legal proceedings that followed were marked by controversy and outrage. Kiri Brown, the teenager arrested in connection with Kalicia's death, faced trial in the juvenile justice system. This meant that the proceedings were largely conducted behind closed doors, away from public scrutiny. The outcome of the trial was a 1-year sentence in juvenile detention. This decision sparked widespread anger and disbelief, particularly among Kalicia's family and supporters. They perceived the sentence as far too lenient, a mere slap on the wrist for a crime that had taken a life. The fact that Kiri Brown was released in early 2022, after serving only a year, further fueled their sense of injustice. The family felt that the system had failed them, that it had failed Kalicia. They believed that the punishment did not fit the crime, that it did not reflect the gravity of their loss. In response to this perceived leniency, a petition was launched on platforms, calling for justice for Kalicia Williams. The petition sought to raise awareness about the case and to demand a more thorough investigation and a more just outcome. The trial of a minor also brought to light the differences in the juvenile system, and the complexities of trying a young person for such a serious crime. The family, however, was not concerned about the age of the perpetrator, but the loss of their child. They wanted accountability, and they felt that the system had not provided it. Kalicia's funeral was a somber and heart-wrenching affair. Her homegoing services were held at the life-changing Work of Faith Church in East Point, a place where family and friends gathered to remember her life. The remains were interred at Forest Hills Cemetery, a final resting place. A viewing was held at the R.W. Andrews Mortuary, allowing those who loved her to say their final goodbyes. The obituary, a testament to her life, detailed her accomplishments, her personality, and the void she left behind. It was a poignant reminder of the young woman she was, and the future she would never have. Kalicia's family, however, did not allow their grief to silence them. They continued their efforts to seek justice, to demand answers, and to ensure that her memory would not be forgotten. They became advocates, speaking out against youth violence and demanding accountability. They wanted to ensure that other families would not have to endure the pain they had suffered. They wanted to create change to honor Kalicia's life by preventing similar tragedies. They continued to pursue answers and continued to question the events of that night. They continued to keep her memory alive. Kalicia's legacy became one of resilience, of determination, and of a family's unwavering love. It became a story about a life that was taken too soon, and a fight for justice that would not be silenced. The story of Kalicia Williams is marked by a series of unanswered questions, discrepancies that continue to haunt those seeking the truth. Why the sudden change of venue from a private home to a hotel? Why the conflicting accounts of what transpired in that hotel room? Why the delayed notification to Kalicia's parents? These questions remain, casting a shadow over the investigation, and fueling the family's relentless pursuit of answers. The role of social media in this tragedy cannot be ignored. Kalicia's TikTok live stream, meant to connect her with her followers, became a crucial piece of evidence, capturing her final moments. It also highlights the double-edged sword of online platforms, where moments of joy can be instantly transformed into evidence of tragedy. This case also brings to light the broader issues of youth violence and hotel safety. How could such a violent act occur in a seemingly secure environment? What measures can be taken to prevent similar tragedies? These questions demand attention, prompting a deeper examination of the systems and protocols in place to protect young people. The inconsistencies in the police report, the perceived leniency of the sentence, and the lack of clear answers have left a void, a sense that justice has not been fully served. The investigation, while resulting in an arrest and conviction, has left many feeling that the full truth has yet to be uncovered. The unanswered questions continue to fuel the family's determination to seek justice, to ensure that Kalicia's story is not forgotten. The tragic loss of Kalicia Williams is a stark reminder of the fragility of life, and the devastating impact of violence. A young woman, full of potential, her life cut short in a moment of violence. Her story is a testament to the enduring power of a family's love, and their unwavering pursuit of justice. It is a story that demands attention, a story that compels us to reflect on the systems and safeguards in place to protect our youth. While the legal proceedings have concluded, the search for truth and justice continues. The family's determination to uncover the full story, to ensure that Kalicia's memory is honored, serves as a powerful call to action. Parents, the digital age presents unique challenges. The story you've just heard is a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities our teenagers face. A seemingly innocent gathering, a night meant for celebration, can quickly turn into a scene of unimaginable tragedy. Be vigilant. Know where your children are, who they're with, and the specifics of any event they attend. Question the promises of chaperones, confirm locations, and understand the dynamics of the gatherings they're involved in. Trust your instincts and don't hesitate to ask uncomfortable questions. Their safety depends on your diligence. Social media, while a tool for connection, can also be a source of danger. Be aware of your children's online presence and the potential risks it poses. The world can be a dangerous place, and sometimes the greatest threats come from those closest to us. Protect your children and be their advocates. Their lives may depend on it. If you are moved by Kalicia's story, share this video. Help raise awareness about her case and the broader issues of youth violence and hotel safety. Like this video and share your thoughts in the comments section. Your voice matters, your engagement can make a difference. Don't forget to subscribe to Hush True Crime Stories and turn on the notifications bell so you won't miss any of our new episodes. We bring you important stories and want to keep you informed. Thank you for watching Hush True Crime Stories. Stay safe until we meet again in our next episode.